Hey everybody, it's Rich Tola, and happy Monday. It's the 17th of January. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 15, Tola Talks Texas, and it's Martin Luther King Day. It's a holiday, and we're going to talk about Martin Luther King. Great man, great leader, no doubt. Was born on January 15th, 1929. Died on April 4th, 1968, 1 year shy of his 40th birthday. Well, let's talk about him, and we'll jump right in. Graduated high school when he was 15 years old. Very bright man. Received his doctorate from Boston University in 1953. And in December 1955, 2 years later, he accepted the leadership of the first great Negro nonviolent demonstration of current times in the U.S. Led a bus boycott. You guys know this. It lasted 382 days. Until December of 1956, when the Supreme Court declared unconstitutional laws requiring separation on buses. So that was the first time that whites and blacks rode buses together, 1956, December. So during that boycott, right, that year, King was arrested, his home was bombed, he was subjected to personal abuse, and at the same time, he emerged as a true leader, no doubt. So from 1957 to 1968, all right, during that time, 11 years, King traveled over 6 million miles, and he spoke over check this out, 2,500 times. Imagine that, 6 million miles, 2,500 times, wherever there was injustice, protest, and action. He spoke. Great speaker. He wrote 5 books, numerous articles. He led the protests in Birmingham, Alabama. Right. So then he led you guys know this, the peaceful march on Washington, D.C. 250,000 people, 250,000 people attended the I Have a Dream speech. And I know all about this because when I was teaching high school, we would read this speech and kids would write about this. It's pretty cool. Definitely you should read it if you haven't read it. Great speech. And check this out, during his lifetime, he was arrested over 20 times. He was assaulted 4 times. And in 1963, year I was born, he was Man of the Year. He was Man of the Year in 1963 at the age of 34. A year later, at the age of 35, he was the youngest man ever to receive the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. When he took the money, at the time he received $54,123, and he contributed. He basically said, let's contribute that money, took the prize money, said, don't need the prize money for justice, right? It's all about justice. Because that's what this is all about, you know. Life is about justice. Justice should be served in every respect. So this is the sad part. On the evening of April 4th, 1968, while standing on a balcony in a motel room in Memphis, Tennessee, he was leading a protest march in sympathy of the striking garbage workers there in that city. He was assassinated. Sad day. Assassinations are just, well, rest in peace, Dr. Martin Luther King. He was born as Michael Luther King, but changed his name. So rest in peace to the great Martin Luther King. It's a holiday, guys. So what's that mean? Taking a day off? Well, it's a nice day off. I hope you get your work on it. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's talk about the full moon. Anybody see it this morning? I saw it. I saw it this morning. It was almost a full moon. Tonight, it's called the Wolf Moon. And on the Eastern time, it's 6:48. So here in Dallas area, it's going to be 5:48 for anybody tuning in from Plano, downtown historic Plano. 5:48 at night, 6:48 in the East Coast. It's going to be the Wolf Moon. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But the moonrise, it actually happens in New York at 4:31. So the moon rises, and it happens. Why do we have full moons, guys? You know this? Full moon happens because the moon is exactly on the opposite side of the earth from the sun. So let's say that again. Full moon happens when it's exactly on the opposite side of the earth from the sun. Got it? All right. And it looks illuminated because we see the sun's light reflected from it, right? So it's a reflection. The sun's light is reflected. Then we see the full moon. Also because this moon's rotation period is the same as its orbital period, right? We always see the same face of our satellite world. So anyway, check it out. It's always pretty to see a full moon. The timing of the full moon is the same everywhere, guys. So like in the British Isles, Portugal, wherever, it's going to be 11:48 at night. If you're in Australia, where they deported Novak Djokovic, you see that? He was deported, not going to be playing in the Australian Open. But the full moon in Australia is going to be at 10:48 in the morning tomorrow morning on the 18th, right? Because they're ahead of us. So remember that. Full moon is the same everywhere. So check it out for tonight. And since the full moon is on the opposite side of the sky on the sun, right? In the northern hemisphere, we just talked about that, northern hemisphere observers, we see it relatively high in the sky, okay? Relatively high in the sky. You know where the sun is during the daytime in the summer? Well, that's where the sun's going to be if you're in the northern hemisphere, all right? If you're in the southern hemisphere, Australia, Melbourne, Australia, it's going to be low in the sky, okay? So do the math. Wherever you are, it's going to be positioned. Northern hemisphere, high in the sky. Southern hemisphere, low in the sky, right? And it moves quickly, guys. It moves quickly against the background of the stars. That's because it's so close to the Earth, all right? So it moves quickly. And by the way, what other planets will you see? You'll see Jupiter. It's going to be the most visible planet, right after sunset. That's going to be high in the sky, bright one. Then low in the sky, you'll see Saturn and Mercury. So Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, and the moon, full moon, the wolf moon. Why is it called the wolf moon? Anybody know? Yeah, probably not. It dates back to Native American tribes in early colonial times when wolves would howl outside villages. So the January moon, you guys know the moon, we do this once a month, but the moon in January is called the wolf moon. Again, Native American tribes. I love that time. Colonial times used to teach that as well, so that's a pretty cool period. It's also called, here's another name for it, it's called the frost exploding moon. I didn't know that. The frost exploding moon, since they say one might hear the cracks in some trees as ice forms and falls off. So ice forms as ice is falling off, might hear the cracks in the trees. That's why it's called the frost exploding moon. All right, so much for your full moon, guys. So let's talk about, boom, how to drink from the fountain of youth. Now that we know it's nice and cold. By the way, I taught a really good yoga class over the weekend, Saturday. I'm going to give a shout out to my ladies. Oh, only ladies that are coming to my yoga class so far. I don't know, the guys. What's up with the guys in this town? I don't know yet, but I am teaching Wednesday night at 5:30. So in 2 days, maybe we'll see some guys there. I think they're just, they don't understand what Tola yoga is for sure. They're too busy trying to get pumped up in the gym over there. But nonetheless, way to go, ladies. We rocked it out. A couple new ladies came. And there was one from Tampa, Florida. And they were asking me after class, hey, man, where are you from? Everybody knows that in my voice. They're like, where's that voice from? But I say L.A., but no, I say East Coast. Got to be East Coast. They're like, L.A.? I'm like, no, I'm from the East Coast. Spent 15 years in L.A. But by the way, guys, 15 years ago, this month, this is my first DVD, Yoga to Go. It's 24 minutes. Made that. Give a shout out to Kara. She's probably not listening, but hey, it was cold. It was New York City. It was in the morning. We weren't warmed up. We just did a great little video. It was my first one, January 2007. I started making original content. Moved to LA on February 2nd. So coming up on my 15-year anniversary of moving to LA from the East Coast. But anyway, so ladies were saying, how do you like the weather, right? And she's like, Tampa. I said, weather? Oof. I said, I'm getting used to the weather. I don't know. The weather here is definitely not what I'm used to. So they got this little head thing going on, allergies, whatever. She's like, well, it took me 2 years to get used to it. I'm like, oh, no, 2 years to get used to this weather. Well, we'll see. Hear it in my voice. I don't know, guys. I don't know if Texas is the place for me. I don't know. We shall see, right? I don't know. 2 years, that's a long time. Anyway, to get used to it. Well, what about you? What are you doing to drink from the fountain of youth? All right, let me give you 3 more steps from my book, right? 30 Steps to Everlasting Youth, because that's what it's all about. Stay young forever. I talked to a friend of mine over the weekend. He's older than me. And he was saying, I don't know, it's you're getting older. I said, no, I'm getting older. I said, but I feel younger every day. Every day I get younger, not older, because I know it. I just not just believe it, I know it. You got to know it in your mind. Stay young forever. That's it. Health equals wealth, guys. Tolism. It's my religion. Well, let me give you 3 more steps because these are important. It's January. Are you sticking with your New Year's resolutions, whatever they may be? We know what most of them are. Lose weight, get back in shape. It's, 17 days into the new year. How many times have you worked out? I know, it's cold out. So what? Number 19, step 19, eat to lose. Step 20, walk to win. Step 21, embrace a fat-burning mindset. That's what it's about, guys. Early on, we said that one of the steps was to love the scale, right? Well, you got to eat to lose. You got to be thinking at all times, embracing a fat-burning mindset, because it's all about burning fat. The body slows down as you get older, no doubt. You slow down as you get older, no doubt. And the wintertime, it's tough to get moving. All right, let me talk about my workout today. It was cold. It's cold here. I'm like cold all the time. Not used to that, guys. Even though it'll say, 30, 34 degrees, feels like 0 degrees to me. Body's not moving like it used to. Get up, cold, right? You don't want to move quickly. You don't even go outside. So what do? Got to keep going. That's what I do. So I went to the gym this morning. And, of course I wasn't feeling it. Shoulders still giving me some issues here, little neck and shoulder issues. But I said, no worries. What did I do? What do I always do? Stretching abs. Did a little stretching abs. Now, I'm going back. It's a holiday. It's a quiet day, very quiet day. But I'll tell you, gym was busy. I was surprised. It was busier than normal. So I did some stretching abs. Then, of course, jump right into the dips, pull-ups, superset. Did my 3 sets of those. I was feeling pretty good. Then I thought, you know what? It's going to be a nice day to kind of chill out and read. I'm going to be reading McConaughey's book. I'm almost finished with that, Green Lights. Going to definitely power through that today, finish it. It's my goal. And I'm going to go back to the gym. Going to go back because today, what did I do? I said 5. I did a handful. I said, all I need is a good handful, 5. Chest, did 3 sets of 10. Back, 3 sets of 10. Triceps, 3 sets of 10. Biceps, 3 sets of 10, and shoulders, 3 sets of 10. So you do the math. I did 5 exercises times 3, that's 15 sets. I was there for 30 minutes exactly, guys. 30 minutes equals 2% of your life. I'm going back for another 30 minutes. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm just going to double up. Boom, in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm going to double up. So, guys, eat to lose. Read the book if you want more info. Walk to win. You got to walk every day. I'll tell you, that's the one thing I miss. My LA days, you guys know I was walking 12 miles a day. I'm not walking as much here. I'm getting on the Stairmaster more, but I'm not walking as much because I do not like the cold. Body's not adjusted to it. And I did live in Chicago, and I got adjusted to it, but I'm not adjusted to it. Yeah, this woman, like I said, took her 2 years to get adjusted to it. Well, I don't know. I don't think I have 2 years. All right, guys, so that's it for the drinking from the fountain of youth. Get your workout in. Just because it's a holiday, if you got the hangover from yesterday, Cowboys lost, Chiefs won. I mean, hey, there's some great games yesterday that I watched. I'm not really a football guy per se, but I did watch some cool games. The Bengals won. I watched that game. The Chiefs, the Cowboys got beat. San Francisco, it's their time. And Roethlisberger, I'm not going to give him a rest in peace, but I think he's going to call it. And I give a shout out to my buddy from Pittsburgh. They're crazy fans over there, but it might be it for him. Anyway, great career for sure. So if you're working off the hangover from football or whatever, maybe you're just hanging around yesterday, it's a day off, get to the gym. If not, lay on the ground, do some stretching and abs, get your walk on, okay? It is going to work. What else? What else we talking about? Cryptocurrencies. What about the markets? The markets are closed today. Stock and bond markets in the U.S. will be closed today in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Right. Yeah, it said offering traders a rest after a volatile start to the year. What's going on with this volatile start to the year? And what about the cryptos, right? How are your cryptos doing? Mine? taking the beating again, even though Doge is up from its 15 cents level, Dogecoin. One thing I noticed, Doge is about 17 cents today, guys. One thing I noticed was, what about Tom Brady? Tom Brady had a commercial, and Matt Damon, he took a lot of riff from that for that commercial. But there's more cryptocurrency commercials out there, right? What does that mean? It's more of an awareness, right? Creating an awareness. So I believe that's going to definitely have a long-term effect. That's going to bring more people into the markets. Prices are pretty good now. If you're jumping in for the first time, look at Bitcoin Cash is at 380. Bitcoin itself is 42 and change. Bitcoin can't seem to break out of this little flat zone. If you looked from early in the year, January 5th, it was trading around, the first couple of days of the year, it was 47,000, right? Then it dropped right back down into the low 40s, and it's sort of been in this narrow trading range for about 10 days. I do think we're going to break out. I think we're going to break out and go back up to the high 40s, right around Christmas. Christmas time, we were trading close to 50,000, if you could recall. Definitely 50,000 on Christmas Day at 8 o'clock at night. So I believe we are going to sort of break out of this flat trading zone and kind of bump our way back up to around 50 and hope we can kind of regain that level. So we shall see. Interest rates are going up, no doubt. They're trying to combat inflation. So volatility will continue. Can't predict what's going to happen, right? Nobody could read the future, but take a look at Litecoin, guys. Litecoin is sort of making its way. I'll tell you, I'm kind of happy about Litecoin. I'm fine. I bought Litecoin at 154, and now it's at 152. So I'm only off $2, which is nothing compared to what it was. So Litecoin clawed its way back. Bitcoin Cash, I'm down. I bought that at 4.25. That's down, and BSV, that's another one down. Ether's 32.67 as we speak, but I definitely see that back at 4,000. So if you're new to the game and you want to get in, again, it's risky. These are risky assets. It's not like you're buying Tesla. It's not like you're buying some non-risky assets like Apple. But if you are looking to play the game, you could win big. You could double your money, no doubt. All right, guys, so that's it. It's a holiday. Get your walk on for sure. Get your workout in for sure. Have an awesome day, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.